So all the talk on this channel might be about scarves, but in other fashionable news, the new England kits have been unveiled ahead of the World Cup, and no doubt they'll cost a bloody fortune like everything else nowadays. Are they that exciting? Not really, but England kits really have been for the past few years. The home kit is relatively boring, made worse by the fact they've released an unreal training kit that is a proper throwback, and could maybe have been one of the best kits at the 2018 World Cup had it been released as the home shirt rather than just a training jersey. But the release of the new kits has got us thinking about past England shirts in years gone by. So we're going to look back at the home and away shirts from England's past 5 World Cups and give them a grade, and don't forget to let us know your grades in the comments below. We'll start with the 1998 World Cup, where England returned to World Cup action having failed to qualify for the 94 edition in the USA. Glenn Hoddle would guide the 3 Lions to the finals in France, and his team would be handed a nice little kit, with red returning to the home shirt after a period away. The home shirt had a navy collar and the odd navy stripe on the sleeve and body, accompanied with a red stripe also on the body, as well as the numbers being cast in red. The large writing of Umbro almost spoilt the kit, overshadowing the 3 Lions' new crest, but it was a decent effort and could still be worn now as a nice little retro number, so we're going to give the home shirt a B. As for the away shirt, this was even better, which became an almost consistent theme for England World Cup away shirts. A classic red shirt, white shorts, red socks, there were no fancy stripes on the sides, just a vertical row of kit designer, badge and number, complemented by a neat navy and white collar. Sure, there were some shadows on the shirt that slightly hinders it, but it was very much of its time, and we're giving the 1998 away shirt an A-. Moving on to the 2002 World Cup in South Korea and Japan, and England really brought their A-game on the kit front, despite just reaching the quarterfinals on the pitch. Damn you Ronaldinho and your cross-come shot free kicks. Anyway, the England home shirt was mighty fine, and shows that it is possible to have success away from the flat white shirt. A red stripe ran down the left side of the shirt where the badge was, and a similar stripe ran on the opposite side of navy shorts, or sometimes white shorts, which actually looked even better. Wasn't David Beckham's qualifying goal against Greece even better due to the white shorts? No, never mind. Anyway, this is one of my favourite England World Cup kits, and I believe the first one I owned, so I'm going to give it an A+. As for the away shirt, it was another banger from Umbro, who've improved their effort from the 1998 World Cup, using a flat red rather than the shadowy one from 4 years ago, as well as a few snippets of navy trim across the jersey. Add to that the lovely printing on the back, and this shirt was a real winner, just like England were when David Beckham sunk that penalty against Argentina. Up yours, Diego Simeone. We're giving the England 0-2 away shirt an A. Christ, I'm starting to sound like Gokwan. 2006 saw England's golden generation arrive in Germany full of hope and optimism, but just like their kits, they were rubbish. Sven-Göran Eriksson had a squad full of talent that was eventually knocked out by Portugal on penalties after a Wayne Rooney red card, silly little boy, and the 3 Lions didn't even look hip and trendy in the process. Starting with the home kit, and this is an example of patriotism gone wrong. In 2002, the red stripe was a nice little nod to the St George's Cross, but 4 years later they took it too far, having a spiky St George's Cross on the right hand shoulder of the shirt, and to be honest, it just looked daft. It also had a dinky little collar that brought nothing to the party, so we're giving the home shirt a D-. Now let's move on to the away kit that was even worse. Just like the home shirt, ironically I initially typed that without the R, the away jersey also had the daft St George's Cross on the right shoulder, and it looked even worse. At least on the home shirt they could use the white body as the background of the flag, but not on the away one. As well as the dodgy little flag, the name and number on the shirt was done using gold lettering, which is a little bit presumptuous. Fair enough using gold if you're the champions maybe, but it doesn't look great on the shirt of a team that was knocked out in the quarterfinals. Again. On penalties. Again. It's an F for the 2006 away shirt. Off to South Africa now, as we begin a run of pretty boring home shirts and a safe yet classy style for the away. On the pitch it was a shambles for England, faltering the group stage before being blitzed 4-1 by Germany in the first knockout round, but at least they looked good in defeat to their rivals. Starting with the home shirt though, and Christ, there was just nothing about it. It was all white. White shirt, white socks, white shorts. A nightmare for your mother to clean basically. When will kit suppliers think of the mothers? Or fathers, both men and women can do the washing. The only real positive about the England home shirt was the kind of cool button-up collar, and the material used for the main body was a bit of a throwback to the old days, but other than that, there's nothing much else to say. It's average at best, so it's a C-. Moving on to the away kit, which was much better despite once again being very simple. The shirt got off to an awful start in fairness, being launched in Paris of all places by Kasabian, who were yet to board the Jamie Vardy party. The shirt itself though was very nice, using the same material as the home shirt for the body, giving it a classic feel. It was a great 3 lines away kit, so we're giving it a B+. And finally, the 2014 World Cup in Brazil, where England might as well have just used the same kits, they were just as bland and boring. Now with Nike at the helm, red disappeared from the home kit, providing a totally white shirt with blue numbers, badge and Nike tick. Yet again the rest of the kit was totally white, with the only difference from 4 years ago being the change of make, removal of a collar and the colour of the trimmings, so if you paid the 90 quid for the match edition shirts, you'd have wasted 90 quid. Or if you paid a mere £60 for the stadium version, you'd have still wasted £60. A bland shirt for a bland tournament for the 3 Lions, so we're going to give the home shirt an average C. The away shirt was also pretty boring and inoffensive, looking pretty similar to the effort 4 years ago, but using a normal sports shirt material and moving the number on the front of the shirt back to the middle. It was good looking enough, but nothing to write home about, and England didn't even wear it at the tournament, mainly because they only played 3 games and got knocked out of the group stage. It's a C+ for the 2014 away shirt. So that's England's past 5 World Cup kits graded. Let us know your grades in the comments below and your thoughts on the new kit. Thanks for watching and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.